Hello, I am Marcelo Garcia, Application and AMP Sales Engineer responsible for the Brazilian underground market. On today's video we're going to talk about the features, components and parameterization for FanTR's automatic lubrication. Why do we need to lubricate a bearing? Over the operation time, the grease loses its properties. It is possible to check this through the engine plates or even through the engine data sheets. What is the frequency of the replacement? The equipment is often installed in places that are hard to reach, such as on top of the galleries or on exhausters far from the tool rooms or workshops. The function of the FanTR automatic lubrication system is to grease engine bearings in the correct time and volume, avoiding the need to move the personnel to distant exhausters or use a man lift to access a fan placed at the top of the gallery, thus ensuring the lubrication of bearings. The FanTR automatic lubrication system is basically comprised of three parts: the grease cartridge, the engine responsible for the amount of grease, the whole parameterization part, and also the battery pack, in addition to a protective cover. The assembly is very simple. Let me explain how it works. You should note that there is a marking LC by looking at the equipment display. It means or is correlated with the grease volume in the refill. In this case, we have one with 120. Here, you can see that there are 60, 120, 250, until reaching 500 grams. We begin the process by inserting the battery pack into the device. There is a correct positioning. It is not possible to mount it incorrectly. There is a guide, so you push this battery until reaching the end, and you'll hear the click. Once you hear the click, it will flash several times, and it will be ready to start parameterization. In other words, you hold the button set for 5 seconds, and it will start the process. You'll choose the volume of grease. In this case we are working with 120, so the mark must be on 120. Then, you choose between weeks or months. That is to say, you'll choose if all this grease will be used in months or weeks. Here, we are working with months, and then you set the number of months you expect this grease to be consumed. It is important to remember that this is all calculated based on the volume of grease necessary to relubricate the bearings. Now, we are setting it to 12 months. After that, the device issues a visual alert indicating that it has been set, but it is not operating yet. You can finish the assembly of the device. The marking should also be observed, so you must thread it firmly until reaching below the marking area, so that the stepper motor is able to push the grease system piston. Once the parameterization process is finished, hold set for a couple of seconds so it remains in this position. It is parameterized, but it is not active. Once the assembly is finished, you must observe that it must be below the indicative line. We can install the device on the equipment. The installation is extremely simple. We remove the thread protection, place the device on the flange, and thread it until it is fully attached to the device. Once firmly attached, remove the protective cover and press set for 1 second when starting the operation. When under operation, the luminous alert will always be visible in green. If the device shows any other color, then you must contact us to find out what type of problem you are experiencing. It can be lack of grease, lack of battery, or any other kind of problem. After finishing the operation, fit the cover, and it is ready. That is what we wanted to show you on today's video: the parameterization, the assembly, and the features of the automatic lubrication device. See you next time.